Welcome back. We're at another episode of here at HRC At Home Fitness. With me today I have Gail and Haley. Today we're going to be using a medicine ball or basketball for an implement today. So we'll start to get warmed up. We'll march in place. You want to take that up and do more of a jog, you can. Work those arms. Lift those knees. We're going to come into a single leg hold. We're going to switch legs. Work on your balance. And one last time. And spread those legs out. Open up the arms. Do some arm scissors. We're going to come up and down, vertical arm swings, reaching up overhead. Open up the shoulder joint. Arms. Hands on the shoulders. Going to go into a torso rotation. Circle it around. And we'll come back up, other direction. Yeah, bring those legs together. We're going to take one leg out, heel to toe. If you want to increase the difficulty on this exercise, just don't touch the ground. Got a little balance. And if you need to, come back to that ground. Switching legs. Kind of helps too to pick out a spot on the floor. Forwards and backwards. Lift that foot up if you need to. And we'll step side to side. You want to take that up into a leg curl, you can. You want to start in a jump in there, you can. Let's go into a warm-up circuit here. We're going to start with some body squats. Nice wide stance. Then go into 5. We'll come down. Make sure that butt comes back. Forward lean, knees behind the toes. Last rep. Coming down to our hands. I'm going some mountain climbers. And stop. Gonna take those hands to the shoulder. One more each arm, followed by some push-ups. You want to modify those, just drop the knees. Stepping back through, stepping up, going back to some body squats. If you're having troubles at home with these, you can always grab a chair, sit and stand. You can use that same chair for your mountain climbers. Again, just grab that chair out in front if you need. Otherwise, go to the floor, mountain climbers. Into our extended plank, touching the shoulders. Into our push-ups, 5 reps. Last rep, stand back up. Come back to our body squats. Again, butts back, knees behind the toes. Last rep down, up, mountain climbers, back to the floor, your chair. Under our shoulder touches. One more each arm. Back to our push-ups. Back to a standing position. You won't march in place. Got that med ball handy. Pick it up. Got to go grab one, that's fine. Today we got some basketballs, volleyballs, anything in your garage, it's round. You can use that today for an exercise. So we'll go ahead and grab that ball. We're gonna start off with some swings. We're gonna extend those arms out front, nice wide stance. We're gonna use our hips to swing the ball out front. If you wanna come up all the way overhead, you can. Whatever you feel comfortable with. Again, stabilizing with our legs and our hips, not our backs. Going 3 more here. Last rep. Good. Ball at chest level, we're gonna squat straight up into a press. And focus on our mechanics. Butt comes back. Utilize your upper momentum to drive that ball up overhead. Two more. Last rep. Good. Med ball to the floor. Step back, step forward, and up. Going to add the difficulty, jump back into a push-up. Overhead into a burpee. 2 more. Again, use those same mechanics. Squat form, up overhead, back to our swings. Swinging out front, or all the way up overhead. 4 more. Use your legs, last rep. Good, med ball or ball at chest level, squatting, pressing up overhead. And use that upper momentum, drive that weight all the way up. Last rep. Back to our burpees. Push-ups optional. Overhead. 2 more. Last rep. Get right back into our swings. Progressing down in reps today. I'm going 10-8. This is for 6. Last one. Into our squats, into a press. Two more. Last rep. All the way up overhead, ball to floor. You got 3 on the burpees. Overhead, back to our swings. We're going for 4. Good. Squat and press. Up overhead. You can drive that weight up. Burpees, 2. Swings. Right into our squats. Last burpee. Up overhead, good. Set that weight to the side. And we'll walk and march in place. We're gonna go into a little core circuit here. Got our heart rate good and up. We'll kind of take a second here to bring it back down. Come back to our mats. Keep the med ball handy. I'm using that today. Turn this side actually. Okay, so we're gonna go into a little warm-up exercise. Sit back into a sit-up position. We're gonna flatten that lower back to the mat and just hold in. Remember to breathe through the nose. And release. Again, we'll merge that spine back down. And release. Last time, come in. And release, good, we'll sit back up. Gonna use that med ball today for all our core exercises. We're gonna start off in a plank and extending position. So we'll be off the mat here. We're first gonna go into an extended plank. We're gonna roll the med ball out and back towards the body 10 times, and we'll switch hands. We'll come to that extended position, make sure hips aren't dropped, butts aren't up. If you gotta modify, just drop the knees. We're gonna roll that med ball out and back towards the body. We'll come and switch hands. Roll the other hand out and back towards the body. Then we're going to exchange that med ball from side to side. We'll come back to our mat. We're going to go into some sit-ups. Again, utilizing that ball you have today. We'll start with that ball at chest level. We're going to sit back. And as we sit up, we're going to press that ball up and out front. Two more reps. All the way up. Back down. Good. We'll sit up and take that ball from side to side. If you want to increase the difficulty, lift the feet off the floor. Going into our oblique twist. Good. Sitting back. We're going to extend that ball up overhead. Right above the chest or face, we're going to go into some bicycles. We'll extend one leg out and back in, alternating legs. Try to get full extension with those legs, not worried about speed, but more about extension. Good, back to our chest. We'll sit back up, go into our second set, back to our planks. Again, we'll be in that extended position. If you want to increase the difficulty, you can always drop down to your elbows. We're going to drive that ball out and back towards the body. Switching hands. Again, wider base of the feet kind of helps stabilize your body a little bit better. Then we're going to exchange from hand to hand. We'll come back to our sit-ups. Again, ball at chest level. We'll sit up, drive that weight up. Few more. Last two. Overhead, right into those twists from hip to hip. If you want to increase difficulty, pick the legs off the floor. And we'll go ahead and sit back, extend that ball up overhead. We're going to go into our bicycle. And back to the chest. We'll sit back up, back to our planks. Third set. Again, we'll have that med ball in one hand, extended plank, drop down to the elbows if you want to increase the difficulty. We're driving the hands out, back towards the body. Switching hands, extend those arms out. Then we'll exchange hands side to side. And come back to a sit-up position. Got the ball at chest level, sitting back, extending that ball up as we sit up. Two more. Good. V hold, hip to hip. We got our oblique twists. Bring those feet up if you want to increase the difficulty. Good. Lean it back. Ball up overhead. We got our bicycles. Weight back to the side. Alrighty. Okay, we'll stand back up. Gonna finish with a little squat holds. We got good positioning of the feet, nice and stable. Squeeze those glutes together. Gonna sit back. It's gonna go into a hold. And come back up. And back down. And we're holding. Take those hands out front, whatever's comfortable. Kind of helps balance the body with the hands out front. Back up. A few more here, coming down and hold. A nice little burn here. Make sure again our toes are in front of our knees, our butt's back. Back up. We got a little bend at the waist. Bending forwards, arms out front. Butt is back. If you have difficulties holding this hold, you could always do wall sits off the wall. Come back up. Last time. Coming down. Remember to breathe, come back up. Shake those out. I'll go ahead and march in place. I'm bringing the heart rate down. And we'll come back to the floor. Finish with a little stretching routine here. We'll go ahead and take a knee. One leg's gonna come out front. We're gonna drop the hip forward, open up our quads and our hips. We're gonna leave that front leg extended, heel on the mat, toe point upwards, reach down the leg, or all the way to the floor. Good. We're going to switch legs. Other knee comes down, other knee comes out front. You can drop that hip, keep that good posture. Really sink into that stretch. Again, sitting back, heel on the floor. Hands come down to her knee or all the way to the mat. And we'll come back to a seated position. We're gonna lean back, arms out to a T, one leg up and over. We're gonna hold that stretch. Feel it coming up all the way up your leg. Come back to the middle, other leg up and over. And back to middle. We'll go ahead and sit up. We're gonna come to all fours. We're gonna leave those hands out front. We're gonna sit back on the heels. Come back forward. Gonna drop the hip. Shoulder's gonna stay up. Open up that shoulder and stomach. Sitting back, this time we're gonna thread the needle. Head's gonna follow, arm comes underneath. Of the direction of the arm. Back to a seated position. Go ahead and take those feet together. Legs out to the side, open up the groin. It's a good total body circuit we did today. Finishing with some good stretching. Good. All right, today. Thanks, guys, for visiting us again at HRC at Fitness. We have Gail with me today and Haley, and I'm Dave. We'll see you next time.